Hello everybody, jimmyispromo here, back again with another awesome video. And if at any point in time in this video you guys like what you see, make sure you guys hit on that like button, as well as don't forget to hit on that subscribe and hit on that bell for notifications so you get notified of any future videos. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of my most favorite hands down products that you'd be able to use for your Windows or Mac computers, as well as the latest Android devices. So this product is the Samsung Portable Solid-State Drive T5, and the size that I got is the 500 gigabytes. So to put this speed into perspective, this 540 megabytes per second, if you were to compare this one right here, the solid-state drive, over into a micro SD card, usually those are able to transfer at the speed of 80 or 90 megabytes per second at their highest transfer speeds. Now to also compare this to the SD card that is actually sitting in the camera right now when I shoot all these videos, when I put it into my computer, it transfers at about 25 megabytes per second. And then when you do want to compare this to a normal everyday hard drive that's usually in your laptop or computer, this one is 4.9 times faster than the everyday hard drive. So not only is it fast, but it's definitely sleek and solid. This thing is compact and lightweight. It is made from aluminum and it weighs in at 1.8 ounces. And the shock resistant structure with this is that it is able to withstand a 2-meter fall, which is 6.6 feet. Now you also want to remember that there is no moving parts when it does come to solid state drive. So if you do drop a hard drive or even a portable hard drive, those things, the little discs, all the moving mechanisms will break if it falls. This one is able to withstand a drop of 6.6 feet. Now the other thing I will be covering in this video, which is something that a lot of YouTubers for some reason do not cover when they talk about the portable solid state drive, which is the other important thing, which is talking about how secure this is able to be. You have a option to put in a password protection. So if at any point in time, if you were to plug this into a latest Samsung Galaxy device or into a computer, nobody is able to see anything or even add anything to this portable solid state drive if there is a password encryption in there, which the security on here is the AES 256-bit hardware encryption. Now the first thing that you notice when you pop this thing open is that it is lightweight and small. And when you compare this thing to an older Samsung Galaxy battery, it's almost the same size as what a battery used to be back in the older Samsung Galaxy devices. Now underneath is going to be a little bit of a quick user guide, and inside of here is going to be 2 different cables. Now this is why this thing is super practical and useful, is because it comes with the 2 cables that is needed. This one, which is going to be the USB 3.1, which just goes into the USB-A of any type of computer or laptop, along with the USB Type-C, which is the exact same port right over here that is used in this portable solid-state drive. Now the second cable is what makes this thing super awesome and practical, is that this one does have the normal USB Type-C that goes over into your solid-state drive, but then on the other side is the other USB Type-C that plugs into your Samsung Galaxy device. So this way you can plug this thing into your latest Samsung Galaxy product. You'll be able to back up anything or transfer anything from the solid-state drive over into your phone, or from the phone over into the solid-state drive, or you'll be able to use the other cable which goes over into your computer or laptop. Now if you do purchase the Samsung Portable SSD T5, I do highly suggest that you go over into your Play Store and you search for Samsung T5, or you'll be able to search for the Samsung Portable SSD. Now this application right here does not really allow you to transfer any of your content from the phone to the solid-state drive or vice versa. What this one is able to do is that you can plug this one over into your phone and you'll be able to encrypt this thing with that code, so you'd actually have security with something that you might possibly hold on to, since this thing is portable. Now I just plugged this in and a little pop-up came up from the Samsung Portable SSD application, and you are able to have this thing open by default every single time. So right here you'd be able to see what the name of your product is called. Now if you do want to go inside of there and you want to switch this, if you wanted to, you can probably call this one, I'm going to call it T5, and I'm going to do Jimmy is promo, so JIP. And so then this way I actually was able to rename this one, and then you'd be able to hit on save. So when you do plug this one over into your computer, this will be the name of your device. So now that you've gone in and you've changed the name of your device, you'd be able to go right back over into your settings by clicking on the settings right there in the main screen. And this is how you'd be able to turn on your security mode. Right over here, this is where you enter your password, and this is where you'd be able to encrypt it with that 256 AES bit encryption. So I've typed my password in and I hit on done. Then you'll be able to go inside of there, hit on save, and as well as confirm. So now that we've changed the name of the device, we also put in the security mode as enabled, and once I typed in my password, it now will allow me to check out anything that is stored on this solid state drive. So when I go over into my files, this is where I click on my USB storage, and now I can check out anything that is stored on this solid state drive. So if I look over here, I can check out some of my YouTube opener intros. So let's say now you're to the point where you wanted to transfer something from your phone over into the solid state drive. What you want to do is head over into your Samsung folder, folder and click on My Files. Then what you're able to do is you can either transfer anything from your SD card or your internal storage. So here I'm going to go to my internal storage. I'm going to move down to where it says download, and I'm going to find a couple different MP4s I'm able to transfer over into the solid state drive. So here's 3 different videos that I do want to transfer over into the solid state drive, so I have everything backed up. On the very top right hand side, you're going to click on those 3 little dots and you can do copy or you can do move. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to do the copy so I'd be able to have it in both places, my phone as well as a solid state drive. So now I'd be able to, once I click on copy, I'm going to go to the USB storage, and because I wanted to have this thing in a new folder, I'm going to go inside of here, create a new folder, and then I'm just going to say, I'm going to probably just call this thing movies. And once you click on movies, you hit on create, and then now you'll be able to hit on done. And so as you can see, this thing has already completed and finished moving 4 or 3 different videos right on over into the solid state drive. So as of right now, this thing is not plugged over into the phone. And what happens if you were to plug this one over into your phone? And it's also the exact same thing. What happens if you plug this into your computer without typing in that password within inside of this application or program that's called Samsung Portable SSD? So if you remember, we went over inside of there and we typed in a password. So what happens if I wanted to check out the contents without even typing in the password? So that means that if somebody else grabs a hold of the solid state drive, what are they able to see? I'm going to go over into My Files, and then right here it does recognize that there's something there, but it does not recognize those other folders that you guys have seen from before, which was the Note 8 photos, the YouTube intro, and I also made that new folder that was called movies. Now the other great thing about this too is that because this one is security enabled, nobody is able to grab anything from it because they can't see anything that you've placed in there, but they also cannot add anything to it right now and use it as a solid state drive without the encryption. So if that makes sense, even when this thing is totally encrypted, they're not able to add anything to it unless if they add in that password. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go right over into the portable solid state drive application. I'm going to type in my password. Once I type in the password, now this thing is able to recognize and see that there is a portable solid state drive that is actually plugged into it. And when you go over into the My Files, it's going to read it right over here one more time, but now it's able to show you the contents of what is inside of this solid state drive. Here's movies, Note 8 photos, as well as the YouTube intro. So now that I've shown you how this thing works with your Samsung smartphone, what happens when you were to plug this one over into your computer or laptop when you do have that 256-bit encryption that is placed on this solid state drive? So the first thing that popped up is the program of the Samsung Portable Solid State Drive, and you can see right over here it is titled the device name of T5JIP for jimmyispromo, and this right here, the little program, is actually pre-installed, or I should say preloaded on this portable solid state drive that you'd be able to just install it from the solid state drive itself. Now what happens if I pretty much bypass that, move over into my folders, and let's check out the T5. Right here you can see that this is where it shows your little installation of the program for the Samsung Portable SSD. So in this way you'd be able to put in that encryption. Now you can see here again, it does not show any of the files that was loaded on there from me personally. So once you do open up the solid state drive application or program from Samsung, what you're able to do is type in your password. Once you have it typed in correct, it's going to give you guys the little green checkbox or check mark. You'll be able to hit on unlock. Now the thing that's pretty fun, or it could be a little confusing with this program right here, is that you don't do anything through here to check out any of your files. This is just letting you know how much space that you have total, and it's where you put in your password. Everything is still going to be done through going over into your My Files, and now you can see here it says movies, Note 8 photos, as well as YouTube intro. So you can see why this thing right here is definitely one of my favorite hands down products you'd be able to use from anything from your laptop to computer as well as your Android device, because this thing is just super practical with making sure everything is backed up accordingly. Now there is several different sizes you'd be able to purchase of this one. I do have the 500 gigabyte of the solid state drive right here. You can also get this one in the 256 gigs, 1 terabyte, as well as 2 terabyte. And the prices of this is actually not that bad when you think of how practical, useful, as well as how much storage you're getting with this and how fast it is if you are somebody who is data heavy when you have a whole bunch of different files. So I hope that you guys have liked this video. Make sure you guys give this thing a huge thumbs up. Also hit on subscribe right below the video, or you can hit on subscribe right over here, this little red circle. And outside of that, I'll see you guys later.